Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. As usual, it is so good to have you here with me for another video. Y'all, today's video is going to be a little bit different from my usual content. I'm gonna actually be doing a long overdue life update. I feel like it's been a while since I've done one of these, and I actually really love to make videos like this because I feel like I'm connecting with you guys a little bit more and letting you in on more of who I am and what kind of life I'm living. I set up this video in a way where I'm gonna be answering a couple of questions that you guys had, and I'm gonna be sharing some details with you that I think are sort of important to know about where I am now in life, my curly hair creator journey, my personal life, my family, where I'm located, just all the things. Now sitting down and connecting a little bit more. I know it's a little bit different, this kind of video, but I think it'll be kind of fun and interesting. So if you're interested in learning a little bit more about your girl and just where I am right now in life, then keep watching this video. Okay, first and foremost, happy spooky season, happy fall to my fellow Libras. Happy fall to us, happy Libra season to us. This is my absolute favorite time of year, so I just had to ring in this video with some positivity there because I just love this time of year. This year, my husband and I are just in good spirits, so maybe we'll go ahead and actually celebrate. There's just been so much going on in my life lately. Not all of it has been peaches and cream, and I'll get into that as we go along in today's video, but yeah, I just wanted to start out this video with something positive because I'm excited for all the seasonal drinks, the decor, the food, the weather, the fashion, the trees turning beautiful colors. Like, I'm just excited about all the things. So I wanted to just kind of start out this video with something positive. So someone asked if I was still located in New York, and the answer to that is yes, but I don't know how much longer I plan on being here. I think it will be at least another year. Right now, we're waiting for my husband to complete his 2 years at his job, and then he can go ahead and transfer from there. It is always just tough for me to consider that and think about that because I absolutely love New York City. So much of my identity and myself is connected to New York. This is really the first place that I have ever felt truly at home since I've been in this country. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because New York is just so vibrant and alive and colorful and diverse. It is not a perfect place. It is not for everyone, but for me, it is just one of the loves of my life. Not to mention that I actually met the love of my life here. I just adore my husband. I also think that it has to be really difficult for him to think about moving from the city that he has known his whole life, but I do think that both of us are ready for a change. With that being said, most of my really good friends still are located in the Midwest and Wisconsin in particular. So that is a place that we have been considering moving to. Also, for those of you that may not know this about me, back in December of 2019, my mother was diagnosed with cancer. So my mom is still located in Wisconsin. As of right now, my mother's cancer is in remission. Thank God. We are so incredibly grateful. But for me, there is a little bit of guilt because as much as I love being here in New York, I just don't feel like it's where I should be. I feel like I should be near my mother. With cancer, you just have to take it one day at a time. I struggled tremendously in the beginning of all this when we first found out about my mother's diagnosis, and I still struggle to this day. So I am just trying to keep myself busy with creating content and focusing on just in general being creative. That's what brings me joy, and to really hone in on family. I talk to my mom every single day, but really that doesn't suffice. Nothing compares to being near a loved one, especially in a time where they may need you. And not only that, I just want to be able to spend as many pleasant, healthy, days as I possibly can with my mom. Our relationship hasn't always been perfect, but we're in a really good place now. So once my husband completes his last year here at his job and he's able to transfer, our plan is likely to move back to Wisconsin, because I think that a change will be good for us in our relationship. I think a change of environment will be good for us. I love New York, but I really, really miss connecting with nature, like fresh outside of my door. Yes, there are opportunities to be in nature in New York City, but you really have to sort of travel to it in order to experience it. For me, having quick and easy access to the outdoors and fresh air is very, very healing. And being now in my mid 30s, I'm kind of ready to ease into that new chapter of my life. So lots of reasons why my husband and I are considering a move, but I do foresee that for us in the next year. And I'll of course keep you guys updated, but that is something that's definitely been in the works for us. Another cool thing that has happened in my life recently, and I know I just talked a little bit about my husband, but we celebrated our 5-year anniversary this last month, and it was just a really, really beautiful time. I love my man so much. He is just my rock and my best friend, and we just had the most beautiful dinner in the city. I can't even pronounce the name of the place. It's called Le Grand Bouchier. I think that that's how you pronounce it, but it is really one of the most beautiful restaurants in New York City. I will pib in some footage of our anniversary night here on the screen while I chit chat about it, but I had a delicious steak and I had my beautiful husband in front of me, and we had a nice romantic evening afterwards. It was just a really nice time. Him and I have been in a really good place. I think that since my mom's cancer diagnosis, we have just become a lot more in tune with each other and more connected. I just am incredibly blessed to have someone like him at my side. And I'm just super, super grateful to God for sending him to me. He's just a blessing. Celebrating 5 years of marriage in today's world is pretty rare. So I feel really, really privileged and honored to be able to experience that kind of love. And for those of you who are in search, I didn't meet my husband until I was 29. So I just want to encourage any of you to just keep going if you're searching for love. It is out there. Be patient. Get on the apps. I met my husband on OkCupid. Do not feel ashamed by going to the apps. It is just the world we live in today. It's not unusual. It's not weird. And yeah, I just am so, so happy and honored and privileged to have such a great, loving partner in my life. Okay, I'm gonna stop gushing because that's probably really annoying. So the next question that I have here is, do you and Sal plan on having any children? And yes, we are very much interested in having children. Unfortunately, back in June, we did suffer a miscarriage. It was very, very devastating for us and really, really just jarring. Like, I just don't know how else to describe it. I have a new amount of empathy for women who experience pregnancy loss and just in general who are trying to conceive. And I just wanted to share this with you guys because I think that miscarriage is sort of a taboo subject still. Please let me know in the comments down below if you guys would like me to make a more in-depth video about this topic. It's not quite as triggering for me to talk about this now, but y'all, back in June, like, I really detached from everything because I was so heartbroken. It was just one of the greatest losses of my life, and I struggled a lot. There's already a lot of YouTube content about this topic, so that was kind of the reason why I hesitated to share this. But in the thick of this, when I was going through it, The only thing that made me feel better was watching YouTube videos of other women talking about their experience with trying to conceive and miscarriage. So I may venture into that, and I may make a video if you guys let me know in the comments if that's something that you want me to go more in depth with. But I just wanted to put that out there because I do think that it will help someone who is watching this and that may also be trying to conceive. Miscarriages are more common than people want to talk about. So we suffered that loss back in June, and since then I discovered that I really want to be a mother after that experience. Just those couple of short months of being pregnant really sort of solidified to me how important that is of an experience for me and something that I do want in my life. I want to give my husband children, and I want to have children, and I want to raise a family together. So we are still trying to conceive at the moment, but I have taken the pressure off of myself a little bit because I want this to happen on God's timing. I want this to happen organically, and I want to give my body time to heal so that it is equipped to bring life into the world. So are we trying to have children? Yes. I hope it happens soon, but I am also not like super rushed because I also realized in my short time of being pregnant just how much of a feat and a responsibility a child is. So I just want to be ready, and I want to be physically and emotionally ready when the time is right for us. Okay, so just to take the pressure off a little bit and make things a little more airy again, I wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update on where I am with my creator journey, my curly hair journey, and all that fun stuff. Honestly, I have been in a weird place when it comes to creating natural hair content. I will always enjoy creating hair content, and I lean more towards educational, teachable content, but something that I'm realizing, at least on Instagram, which is my main platform, is that the space is just really, really oversaturated. I knew that before I got into the game, so to speak, but something that I've realized, especially after joining TikTok, is there are still so many people, so many new people, so many young people that are coming into themselves and learning about caring for their hair. And there's still a lot of room for folks like me who are trying to create teachable content. I'm so sorry about the background, you guys. It is New York City, and I just don't want to close my window. I like my fresh air. So you might hear some noises as this video continues. But with that being said, being that I really like to make teachable content, and yes, there is an audience for it, but what I'm learning is that today's audience, for the most part, at least on the Instagram space, the people who are really being centered and promoted on the Instagram algorithm are not people with my curl type. I know like 10 years ago it was kind of the opposite, which guys, I ended up going into a really long rant about the natural hair community on Instagram, and I decided to halt and save this topic for another video entirely. I just didn't really think that it fit the premise of this particular video. I want to go into a more deep dive onto this topic, but in a nutshell, I really feel that the people who are really learning right now to care for their natural hair, from basics to advanced, really are people with very loose curl patterns. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. I think that that's great. I think it's important for everyone to have space for caring for their natural hair. But more than often, and even I am guilty of this, we want to learn from people who actually look like us. So if you do the math, you could probably understand why that may not necessarily work for someone like me. Now, are there creators with my curl pattern or tighter textures that are doing well on Instagram right now? Absolutely. In fact, I feel like the 4C girls are killing it right now. But what I am noticing is that, I'm just going to say it, the Black creators have to be extraordinary to get that push on Instagram. They have to be posting consistently, whereas creators on the opposite end of the spectrum can kind of get away with posting and going whenever they please. They can sort of post very basic content and will still get a ton of push from the Instagram algorithm. Now, I recently had a conversation with a friend where they kind of let me know that, hey, maybe that's just kind of what the Instagram algorithm wants. And for that, I say that if the Instagram algorithm wants basic, maybe I just need to take a step back and reevaluate my content. Maybe my content needs work. I have a humble heart either way, but I go where I am loved. And right now, I'm just not loving creating natural hair content all that much. And I will instead lean into my other content pillars and on my other platforms where I feel my voice is more valued. Either way, I would really like to expand on this topic in a separate video. If you are a curly natural hair content creator on Instagram right now and you are noticing that you're not getting a whole lot of reach and you're maybe even relating to some of the things that I have observed and spoke about here in this video, please let me know down in the comments. There has been a real shift in the hair space, the curly natural hair space. So I just would really like to expand more on this topic and do a deep dive. Let me know in the comments if this is something that you would like to see. But right now, my hair texture is not being centered on Instagram. For many, many years, it was. And you know what? I think it's fair that we type 3 girls take a step back and let the wavies and the coilies have their moment. They deserve it. So I'm trying to think in my head if there's anything that's been going on with me recently that I haven't covered in this video, and I don't think there's anything else missing. Life has been really good otherwise. I think that I am, for the most part, at peace, especially in this last year, as opposed to when I first found out that my mother was sick. I just really think that I kind of spiraled, and I think that in life, when you're struggling with certain things, it can bring out so many sides of yourself that you didn't know were there. And for me, one of the beautiful things that came from that was my commitment to creating natural hair content. I do think that in the beginning, being a creator brought me a lot of peace and ease and community. But I'm at a crossroads right now, and I don't quite know what direction I want to take things in. I do think that here on YouTube, I will, of course, continue to create natural hair content, but I want to start talking more. And I want to know what you guys think. I want to know if that is the type of content that you might be interested in seeing more of here on the channel, because it's kind of what I want to create. So if you guys liked this video, make sure to hop in the comments and let me know. I would love to know if you want to see more videos like this in the future. I love chit-chatting with you guys when I'm here in my living room making these videos. I feel like you're like right across from me. So I really appreciate you guys taking the time. If you've made it this far to watch, I love you so much. You're so much of the reason that I am in a good space mentally, because coming here and making connections and creating community has saved me. And I just really appreciate you guys for that. So in the meantime, I hope that you guys enjoy this spooky season, this fall, this Libra season that we're in. I know I'm really excited and I'm looking forward to the colder months. I hope you guys take really good care of yourselves. Be safe out there. Take care of your mental health, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.